डिपार्टमेंट का बात मुझे नहीं पता है बेटा, इट इज नॉट एट ऑल
Okay, ma'am.
नोन टू मी. हाँ, if anything will be there, it will be announced to you as soon as things are finalized. आपके ग्रुप में सबसे पहले मैसेज आपको जाता है. कभी भी कोई भी चीज फाइनलाइज होती है, सबसे पहले आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगी थ्रू एग्जाम डिपार्टमेंट. संगीता मैम will give you the message. Okay, so nothing has been finalized till now. You study sincerely, not for your 11th standard, it's for your 12th standard. I've already told you, if you study seriously in 11th standard only, 12th you will get good marks. If you waste your time, if you find out if some other ways of getting good marks in 11th standard, it will not help you in 12th standard. Keep that in your mind when you're studying. When you are studying, think that whatever you are studying, it is not for your 11th standard marks, it is for your 12th standard, and it is for your competitive exams. Then only you'll be able to study. Otherwise you will miss out. Okay, don't think 11th means, if you even if you get less mark, no one is bothered in 11th standard. No one sees that mark sheet. But 12th, definitely your mark sheet will be there throughout your life, and your competitive exams will decide your future. So study seriously. Don't think about the exam आएंगे तो ही पढ़ाई शुरू करना है, ऐसा मत सोचिए. March is coming nearby. It is already February, so you will have exams. Either it is offline or online exams तो होंगे. But remember, 12th board exam will not be offline for you. ऑनलाइन नहीं होगा आपके लिए, आपको ऑफलाइन जाना पड़ेगा. कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स भी ऑफलाइन ही होगा, तो आपको उसकी तैयारी करनी है. ये बात आप ध्यान में रखिए. डोंट बॉदर अबाउट व्हेन आर योर एग्जाम्स. स्टार्ट स्टडिंग सीरियसली नाउ. ओके, so I have no idea about exams, whether it is unit test or whether it is annual exam. Just a little idea I was having that it will be in March, so we have been asked to finish your portion fast so that we can have some revision also. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so let us start with our presentation now. Okay, so in the last class we had finished with some give reasons, like SnCl4 is covalent but SF4 is ionic, where I told you that other things being same, it is only chlorine size and fluorine size that matters here. And so we should remember always, when ionic characters and covalent characters we are talking about, ionic characters, ionic bond में covalent characters if we are talking about, it is due to Fajan's rule. And in Fajan's rule, size of cation anion, charge of cation anion plays an important role. The cation should be small in size and high charge. The anion should be large in size, bigger in size, and higher charge. Here, if you see between these two compounds, SN same hai, plus 4 hai. So we are not talking about cation at all. Cl and F. Cl is bigger in size compared to fluorine. Both have -1 charge. So it is a size that is the reason for the ionic characters in SF4 and covalent characters in SnCl4. Because of bigger size, the electrons which are involved in bonding are not close to chlorine's nucleus, and hence Sn is able to pull it more closer to itself, and hence covalent characters are more dominant. And here fluorine, being small in size, keeps the electrons that are involved in bonding with itself more closer, and hence ionic characters are dominant. This is what we saw in the last class. Then Pi4 does not exist, PbI4 does not exist, PbF4 है, इवन PbR भी नहीं होता है. हाँ, PbR4 भी नहीं एग्जिस्ट करता है, बट दिस इज योर टेक्स्ट बुक क्वेश्चन. So here the basic reason or simplest form of reason is, when Pb forms one bond with iodine, Pbi जब बनता है, the amount of energy released is not enough to unpair 6s2 electrons. Okay, when the 6s2 will unpair, there will be 4 unpaired electrons in the shell. Excitation होगा, and then 4 bonds बनेंगे like I4 की तरह. So the amount of energy is not available is one of the main reasons. There's another reason also, which I told you, oxidation. Chlorine is stronger oxidizing agent, which can convert lead from +2 to +4. but iodine and bromine both are weaker oxidizing agents, and they're not able to convert uh, lead from +2 to +4. That is also one of the reasons, but not in our textbook. But it is asked in competitive exams somewhere. So I have put it as one of the points. There is one more point that we have to cover before going anomalous behavior. Hydrolysis of group 14 halides. Group 14 में CCl4 is there. Okay, except CCl4, other tetrahalides are easily hydrolyzed by water. Carbon halides are not hydrolyzed, but other halides can be easily hydrolyzed by water, and they can accommodate the lone pair of electron. Now, the reason is CCl4 is a tetrahalide. It doesn't get hydrolyzed. But if you take silicon tetrachloride, it is very easily getting hydrolyzed, and here a point is specified that it can accommodate a lone pair of electron from oxygen atom of water molecule in d orbital. So why not CCl4 can be a give reason why CCl4 is not undergoing hydrolysis, why it is not hydrolyzing. So the reason is already on the screen. Can you tell me the reason? CCl4 is not undergoing hydrolysis, but other members of the C series are undergoing hydrolysis, are hydrolyzed. नहीं पता है? You all have left or what?
मैम CCl4 मतलब कार्बन में d ऑर्बिटल नहीं होता ना.
कार्बन में, हाँ राइट राइट करेक्ट, कार्बन में d ऑर्बिटल नहीं होता है. That is what you told ना?
हाँ मैम.
See, यहाँ पे the point says that the lone pair of electron can be accommodated. Lone pair of electron and oxygen can be accommodated in the d orbital. See, if you see the reaction also, you have a lone pair which is going to silicon. Okay, this pair of electron is involved in bonding. Okay, if you see here, okay, HCl is eliminated. Similarly, the whole thing will happen. Cls will be replaced and OH will form the bond. And here the lone pairs are being accommodated in the d orbital of silicon, which is not possible in case of carbon. We are not going in deep or detail how this thing is happening. So this is one of a very common give reason where you may be asked that CCl4 is not undergoing hydrolyze, is not easily hydrolyzed, but SiCl4 is getting hydrolyzed. What is the reason? You don't need to write the reaction, but you can simply say carbon does not have d orbital, while silicon has empty d orbital to accommodate the lone pair of electron or nitro of oxygen. Hybridization में होता है, ठीक है? So this was also one of the give reasons that is commonly asked in your exams. We are moving to anomalous behavior of boron like lithium. Boron also behaves differently. As I told you, all the elements of second period behave differently than their group members, and the common reasons are small size, high charge to radius ratio, high electronegativity, non-availability of d electron. One of the point will be a reason of their different behavior. There are few points discussed in your book. Some of the points I have added also. So boron is a typical non-metal, whereas other members are metal. See, this is a different behavior. Boron is non-metal, but other members of the group are metals. Boron is a bad conductor of electricity, while other members are good conductor. We can just simply think about boron and aluminium. तो आपको reason difference मिल जाता है फटाफट. Boron shows allotropy and exists in two forms, crystalline and amorphous. हाँ?
बोरॉन तो एक मेटलॉइड है ना?
हाँ, that is what when I started I told you, okay, when you were in 10th standard somewhere you had studied that boron is a metalloid, but here your textbook specifies boron as a non-metal. See, it all depends on, जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया था तभी मैंने आपको बताया था ये वाला पॉइंट कि आपका टेक्स्ट बुक उसे नॉन मेटल स्पेसिफाई कर रहा है, सो आई एम आल्सो यूजिंग इट एज अ नॉन मेटल इन आवर डिस्कशन, बट एक्चुअली यस, बोरॉन इज अ can be considered as a metalloid. It is not actually completely metalloid. बहुत ज्यादा उसका जो प्रॉपर्टीज है वो डोमिनेंटली नॉन मेटल की प्रॉपर्टीज है. few properties of metal also it is showing, and hence some of the books in our lower classes considers boron as a metalloid. Okay, but if we stick to our CBSE textbook, boron is given as a non-metal. So there is a slight confusion in this point whether boron को metal non-metal बोलना है या metal बोलना है. But if MCQs come, you need to remember that MCQs में boron को metalloid आप टिक करेंगे. अगर 2 ऑप्शंस दिए हैं तो it can behave as, so dominantly it shows non-metallic characters. Dominantly few metallic characters है, इसीलिए आपका टेक्स्ट बुक या हायर क्लासेस में आप जब जाते हो तो बोरॉन को नॉन मेटल भी कंसीडर करते हैं. ठीक है. Well, starting itself, I told you that our textbook is taking it as a non-metal. Okay, so don't get confused. In some of the books, you have it as a metalloid. Some of the books, you have it as non-metal. But dominantly non-metallic है. Few metallic characters are seen, so books specify it as a metalloid. ठीक है, चलेगा. So if you want to put it as a metalloid as a point and other members are metal, तो भी चलेगा. ऐसा कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है इस पॉइंट के लिए. बट कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स या फिर एमसीक्यूज में आप मेटलॉइड 11th स्टैंडर्ड सीबीएसई के हिसाब से नॉन मेटल है. तो अगर एमसीक्यूज में आप नॉन मेटल भी टिक करोगे मैं मार्क्स दूंगी, आप मेटलॉइड टिक करोगे तो भी मैं मार्क्स दूंगी. ठीक है, इज इट फाइन?
यस.
हाँ, सो मैं टेक्स्ट बुक के हिसाब से मैंने पॉइंट लिखा है. अदरवाइज इट इज अ मेटलॉइड, दैट इज राइट पॉइंट. तो डोमिनेटली नॉन मेटेलिक कैरेक्टर्स दिखा रहा है, इसीलिए वो नॉन मेटेलिक बोला जा रहा है हमारे लिए. Okay, so it is a bad conductor of electricity. See that is I told you the bad conductor. Metalloids bad conductor नहीं होते. Dominantly non-metallic characters हम study कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. It shows allotropies, crystalline and amorphous. Aluminium is soft metal and it does not exist in different forms. Like other non-metals, melting point and boiling point of boron is much higher than those of other members because it is considered as a non-metal. Because it has a crystalline structure, crystalline is a 3-dimensional network structure है, its melting and boiling points are higher, considered to be higher compared to its member series like aluminium. अगर हम compare करें, boron forms only covalent compounds, whereas aluminium and other elements of the group forms ionic compounds. See again I told you, यहाँ पे आपकी बुक में डोमिनेटली नॉन मेटलिक कैरेक्टर्स ही स्ट्रेस किया गया है, इसलिए इसको नॉन मेटल में इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं. एल्यूमिनियम कैन फॉर्म आयनिक, अदर मेंबर्स आल्सो कैन फॉर्म आयनिक बॉन्ड्स, बट बोरॉन इज मोस्टली फॉर्मिंग कोवैलेंट. वेरी रेयरली वो आयनिक बनाएगा जब उससे स्ट्रॉन्ग इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट आएगा, जो बहुत रेयर है. हाइड्रोक्साइड्स एंड ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ बोरॉन आर एसिडिक व्हाइल अदर्स आर एम्फोटेरिक और बेसिक. भी हमने ऑलरेडी देखा था, बोरॉन इज एसिडिक, हाइड्रोक्साइड्स और ऑक्साइड बनाता है, फिर धीरे धीरे डाउन द ग्रुप एम्फोटेरिक हो जाता है एंड एकदम एक्सट्रीम बॉटम में बेसिक ऑक्साइड्स एंड हाइड्रोक्साइड्स हो जाते हैं. ट्राइहैलाइड्स exist as monomer. If you remember boron H3 BCl3, if you remember, it takes a lone pair of electron from nitrogen ammonia and forms a stable adduct, while aluminium exists as a dimer. If you remember this point, हमने आगे किया था. I have shown you the structure also. See boron क्या करता है? Boron in its halide form, it takes a lone pair of electron from nitrogen, okay, and form an adduct to become stable. This is what we have seen for boron. Boron tries to become stable in this form. It doesn't form a dimer like this. Aluminium chloride की तरह वो dimer नहीं बना के stable होता है. To complete its octet, aluminium will form a dimer. Other members may also form a dimer if they want to become stable, but boron will not form a dimer. It will become stable due to formation of adduct. The reason for this is boron being small in size, ये structure थोड़ा छोटा होता है तो ये अमोनिया को अपने साथ accommodate कर पाता है easily because of small size of boron. But aluminium being bigger in size, aluminium chloride एक बड़ा अमोनिया को अपने पास नहीं bond कर पाएगा, इसलिए वो dimer बना के stable होता है. This is the reason why boron is not forming a dimer. Boron's small size is the main reason for this. Okay, so trihalides of boron exist as monomer. They will become stable only by forming a adduct, addition product, and aluminium will form a dimer of this type. Okay. Now again continue from anomalous behavior of boron. Mein hydrides of boron are quite stable than those of aluminium hydrides. So if you have any hydride of boron, it is found to be much stable than aluminum, less reactive than aluminum, we can say. Dilute acids have no action on boron. If you take acid and you try to carry out a chemical reaction, no reaction will take place. But aluminum, if you take, hydrogen gas releases. We know the reaction of aluminum. Aluminum को हम metal को हम vessel में ले लेते हैं, test tube में. We put HCl or H2SO4, bubbles of hydrogen gas is released. But that will not happen if you take boron. Okay, borates are more stable than aluminates. Okay, complex compounds. Boron exhibit maximum covalency of 4. Give reason. BH4 minus बना सकता है boron. Maximum. Normally 3 bond और एक bond बनाएगा तो BH4 minus बनाएगा. But other members can exceed their covalency to 6. The reason again here is boron absence of d orbital, as we had discussed for carbon and its member. Aluminium can form more bonds because it has empty d orbital. So boron does not have empty d orbital, so it cannot exceed its covalency beyond 4. Same, carbon also cannot exceed its covalency beyond 4. Aluminium can exceed its covalency beyond 4. Down the group, all the members can exceed their covalency beyond 4. That is 6 बना सकते हैं because of empty d orbital. Boron do not decompose steam while other members do. If you take boron and put it in steam, there will be steam will not decompose. It will not break down and release hydrogen gas, but other members will release hydrogen gas if they keep them in steam. Boron combines with metals to give borates. This is one of the example. Other members will simply form an alloy. So boron shows a chemical reaction with metals. Boron, being a non-metal, combines with metal to form a compound. Other members are all metals, and hence they will combine with metal to form a alloy. I'm sure you know the difference between alloy and a compound. So boron, being a non-metal, gives this reaction. Okay, concentrated nitric acid oxidizes boron to boric acid. No such action is seen on other members. If you take boron and treat it with HNO3, HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It gives this chemical reaction H3BO3 and NO2, which is not found to be observed by other members of the series. So these are some of the points where boron behaves totally different. There may be few points which are additional other than your textbook. You can simply stick to your textbooks. I found those points to be important, so I must have listed those points here. Not necessarily for 11th standard, but higher class. Okay. Carbon. Same way, carbon also behaves differently. Small size, high electronegativity, high ionization enthalpy, unavailability of d orbital. Same reasons है. मैंने यहाँ पे high charge to radius ratio नहीं डाला. Actually, small size / high charge to radius ratio होता है. Electronegativity, ionization enthalpy और unavailability of d orbital. Because it is in the textbook, again you will get confused कि टीचर ने ये पॉइंट क्यों मिस किया, इसलिए मैंने डाला है. अदरवाइज स्मॉल साइज एंड हाई चार्ज टू रेडियस रेशियो सिमिलर पॉइंट कंसिडर करते हैं. So this is the reason why carbon behaves differently than its member. Covalency of carbon is 4 and others can exceed beyond 4. As I told you, carbon does not have empty d orbital. Still anyone has doubt with this point है तो please अभी बोलिए, because this point will be again and again repeated in your 12th standard also everywhere. You will be studying group 15, 16, 17 आप पढ़ोगे, 18 पढ़ोगे, हर जगह ये point वापस आने वाला है. So you are clear ना? Second period में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में आप अगर देखेंगे तो there is no empty d orbital. So that is why there is no d orbital available to take the electrons. और बाकी जितने आप नीचे देखेंगे all have empty d orbitals to accommodate the electron and hence their covalency, that means वो bonding beyond 4 कर पाते हैं. That is not happening with carbon. Okay, carbon has unique ability to form p pi bond. See, this all points you have studied in your 10th standard chapters. Okay, so I don't think you will have much doubt. It can form p pi bond. What is p pi bond? p orbital होता है और pi bond बनाता है, right? Linear and lateral overlapping. Linear में sigma बनता है and lateral में pi बनता है. We will be studying this in organic chemistry, but I'm sure that you should have idea about p pi. एक कार्बन का p orbital, दूसरे कार्बन का p orbital, pi overlapping. pi overlapping का मतलब पता है ना कैसे बनेगा? How many of you know? Because आपने already पढ़ा भी है. You know this, right? I'm assuming that you people know this.
Yes, ma'am.
Even if you don't know, little of this part we will study in carbon compounds. So तब आपको थोड़ा clarify मैं कर दूंगी. So carbon can form p-pi multiple bond with itself and other small ions. And small size ions of with high electronegativity. 2 पॉइंट्स चाहिए. कार्बन खुद से बॉन्ड बना सकता है और दूसरे किससे बना पाएगा? जिनकी साइज छोटी है, जिनमें हाई इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी, लाइक ऑक्सीजन, सल्फर, नाइट्रोजन. ओके, ऑक्सीजन, नाइट्रोजन, सल्फर से नहीं बनाता इतना ज्यादा. वी विल CuCl सल्फर से कम बनाएगा, बट देन फ्यू केसेस में ऐसे डाला हुआ है मैंने शायद. बट मेनली इट इज ऑक्सीजन एंड नाइट्रोजन. दिस इज साइनाइड्स एंड दिस आर ऑक्साइड बॉन्ड्स. So CC double bond and nitrogen में triple bond you see. This is because of small size. Now यहाँ पे क्या होता है? You should remember this point. CC single bond because बाजू बाजू में तो साइज छोटा है कार्बन का. CO again साइज स्मॉल है, कार्बन एंड ऑक्सीजन. So when pi bond जो ऐसे रहेगा up and down like this, they are very close to each other and hence easily bonding होता है. If you take carbon and if you take phosphorus or some other bigger units, तो overlapping उतना effective नहीं रहता है. ठीक है? So that is why small size is necessary and electronegativity is necessary for this. Small size is very important for this type of bonding. Carbon shows catenation. You are again very much familiar with catenation. Self-linking, forming lot of sigma bonds with itself in a long chain, branch, ring structures. Due to catenation and p-pi multiple bond, carbon also shows different allotropic forms. So this is some different behavior. Other members of the series don't show this behavior. Remember, silicon do show catenation to a little extent, but because silicon has bigger size compared to carbon, the catenation is very less, to lesser extent. Okay, so silicon bhi catenation dikhata hai. MCQs में if it comes, carbon and silicon both shows catenation, but carbon ज़्यादा दिखाता है, बहुत ज़्यादा. 300-400 bonds बना सकता है एक टाइम पे कार्बन continuously with number of 300 carbons के साथ bond बन सकती है. Silicon will not do that. The reason is silicon is bigger in size. So these are some of the anomalous behaviors of carbon. What are allotropies of carbon? That is also there in your syllabus. Few allotropies we need to see. What are allotropies? They are different forms of an element which are having same chemical properties but different physical property due to the structure. So if I talk about carbon, whether it is diamond, whether it is graphite, whether it is fullerene, whatever, chemical reaction same रहेगा. C को लेकर हम chemical reaction दिखाएंगे, carbon को लेकर. But the physical property, their boiling point, their melting point, okay, their densities, their structure, everything will be different. Physical property will be different. So allotropies are same element arranging itself in different patterns, giving a component, a substance which will have same chemical property but different physical property. So what are few allotropies of carbon? Crystalline form में diamond, graphite and fullerene are there. Fullerenes भी लिख सकते हैं. Fullerene I have given, that is one of the member. Amorphous carbon is coke, charcoal, lamp-black are few examples of amorphous carbon. Carbon black, coke and charcoal are impure form of graphite. Actually, graphite or fullerene. Graphite and fullerenes are crystalline form, and they in their impure form, in the crude form, they can be called as carbon black or coke or charcoal. When we take them, we process them, we can get graphite from them or we can get fullerenes from them. Graphite se fullerenes milta hai actually. So the amorphous forms can be converted into graphite form by carrying out some process, can be obtained in the graphite state, and graphite can be converted into fullerenes further, which is much more purified form of carbon. It was believed actually fullerene were obtained by mistake. People thought that they have made diamond from coal or charcoal, let us say. They were carrying out the process, and finally it got converted into graphite, and then finally it got converted into fullerene, which is very shiny by nature, and it was assumed that it is diamond. but it was not so. Some another form of another allotropy of carbon was found out, and then it has some properties just similar to graphite, but it is very shiny, similar to diamond, and hence they were given name as fullerenes. So when you burn hydrocarbon in limited supply of air, we get carbon black. Few of the reactions, not reactions actually, कैसे बनता है दिया book में. So hydrocarbon on burning in limited supply will give you carbon black. Heating wood in absence of air will give you charcoal. Heating coal in absence of air will give you coke. There's a difference between charcoal and coal. This is man-made. You take wood, you burn it, and you get a charcoal. But this is found in nature. It is also same texture रहता है, black होता है, looks similar, but it is obtained in the earth's crust. In the due to high pressure ये बनता है carbon का एक allotropy, and if you burn in the absence of air, if you heat it, you get another allotropy that is called as coke. Okay, so there are many allotropies of carbon. We are going to focus only on diamond, graphite and fullerene in this chapter. So ये ज़्यादा ध्यान रखना है, but amorphous की few examples you need to remember. Graphite is thermodynamically most stable allotropy of carbon. It is found to be very, very stable. It stays as it is for a very, very long time. Therefore, its enthalpy of formation is taken as 0, and then others are calculated, like diamond and C60. C60 is nothing but fullerene. It has 60 carbons. So it is 190 and 1.90 kilojoules per mole and 38.1 kilojoules per mole respectively. So you may be having an MCQ. What is the most stable allotropic form of carbon? Which allotrope is thermodynamically most stable? This is one of the very common MCQ that is asked, and the answer is graphite. Or what is the value of enthalpy of formation of graphite? 0. You need to remember. We have to discuss each of the allotropies, diamond, graphite and fullerene separately also. So this has been repeated in your 10th standard, so I'll be going little fast. Crystalline, it is a crystallattice structure. sp3, see I have the structure. The carbon atom is sp3 hybridized and linked to 4 other carbon atoms in tetrahedral fashion. This is one of the structure of diamond. Each carbon here is sp3 hybridized, and it is, let us take this carbon, it is bonded to 4 other carbons in a tetrahedral manner. Okay, if you take any other carbon, let us say this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. All carbon bonds are not shown. You say, ये carbon में कहाँ है? It is just one little picture. If you extend it, it will be continuously in this form. So this carbon is sp3 hybridized. It is arranged in a tetrahedral manner, and it is a crystal lattice. Continuous bonding है एक दूसरे के साथ. So it has a crystalline lattice, sp3 hybridized, linked to 4 other carbon atoms in a tetrahedral fashion. The structure extends in space and produces a rigid 3-dimensional network of carbon atoms. You can extend continuously in all the direction. The CC bond length is 154 picometer. That is a single bond CC length रहता है normally. It is hardest substance on earth due to extended covalent bond. Diamond is considered to be hardest substance on the earth. Okay, it is used as abrasive for sharpening hard tools. If you want to sharpen the tools, hard tools, diamond can be used for that purpose. Powdered diamond को use करते हैं. It is used in making dyes. You may think कि diamond तो इतना costly dyes. When diamond is shaped, उसको shape किया जाता है, तो the remaining powder जो रहता है, that is used for this purpose and this purpose. So that is of no use. That does not have much cost. It is waste actually. In manufacturing of tungsten filament also, that same thing. After making a diamond a proper shape, actual diamond जो हम cut out करके बनाते हैं, उसके बाद जो बचा हुआ waste होता है powder, that is used for all this purpose. Okay, I hope you are clear with this part. I'm going a little fast, but still if you have doubt, you can stop me wherever points are doubtful. Graphite, layered structure. There's a big difference between diamond and graphite. The structure is layered. This is one layer. Then there are van der Waals forces, dotted line. There's another layer. Then there are van der Waals forces. And then there's another layer. So it's a layered structure. एक दूसरे के ऊपर layer के form में रहता है. The layers are held by van der Waals forces. The distance between the two layers is 340 picometer. So you need to remember actually this van der Waals force. Which force? If you remember, if you're able to remember the distance between the two layers, also very good, very nice. So 340 picometer. Each layer is composed of planar hexagonal ring of carbon atom. Each layer, if you see the layer, what is it? Planar. Single plane में hexagonal rings है. Hexagonal rings are attached with each other. Every layer has a hexagonal ring, and it is planar. Single plane में है. Okay. The CC bond length is 141 picometer, which is not for actually single bond. It is between single and double bond length का bond length है. Because यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Each carbon is sp2 hybridized and makes 3 sigma bonds with 3 neighboring carbon. So actually sp2 hybridized carbon है 3 bonds बनाएगा, but carbon has 4 electrons. You should always remember carbon can form 4 bonds. So there is 1 electron just left out as it is in the structure. The 4th electron forms pi bond, which is not shown and it is not permanent. So if you see this carbon, it is sp3 hybridized. So 3 bonds, 1, 2, 3 bonds banale. Its 4th electron will remain as it is. So every carbon, if you see these dots, every carbon has an electron. So these electrons will simply stay in the structure, and whenever they will come in contact with the neighboring electron, they will form a pi bond. यहाँ से यहाँ बना लेंगे, break करके यहाँ से यहाँ बना लेंगे. So they are continuously forming and breaking the pi bond. So never in the structure of graphite we show pi bond. It is not very permanent, and these electrons are all involved in conducting. So each carbon is sp2 hybridized, make 3 sigma bonds with 3 neighboring carbon atoms. The 4th electron forms pi bond. Again, I'm repeating, it is not a rigid bond. It is not permanent bond. So it is not shown in pictures most of the places because the place fixed nahi. These pi bonds are delocalized. They can move throughout the structure. The electrons are delocalized. Delocalized का मतलब वो यहाँ वहाँ घूम सकते हैं. They can move in the structure wherever they want over the whole sheet. That is, they are mobile, and therefore graphite can conduct electricity. Graphite can be considered as good conductor of electricity. This is not the case with diamond. Okay, diamond all 4 electrons are involved in bonding, and hence they don't conduct electricity. While graphite, every carbon has 1 electron left out, and that electron can participate in conduction of electricity. Due to layered structure, graphite is soft and slippery, and it can be used as lubrication for lubrication purpose in machine running at high temperature. So if you see the structure, it's a layered structure. These van der Waals forces are very, very weak forces. So if you take this structure and if you try to press it, apply a little pressure, it will crush, it will become powder. The layers can crush or slide over one another very easy. So it is considered to be soft and slippery. If you take pencil, आजकल तो lead का भी lead आता है, but graphite mainly रहता है. तो आप उसको powder करिए, बहुत soft slippery रहता है वो. So it is soft and slippery by nature, and the reason is weak van der Waals forces between each layer. This can be asked again as a give reason why it is soft and slippery, why diamond is hard. Diamond 3-dimensional rigid structure. Graphite layered structure held together by van der Waals force. Hence it is soft and slippery. And because of its slippery nature, it is used for lubrication of machines. Generally machines जब work करते हैं, oiling किया जाता है. Oil डाला जाता है machines के parts में, different parts में, so that it works smoothly. But there are various machines which works at very, very high temperature. In that you can't put oil. Okay, it becomes combustible, dangerous. In those cases, powdered graphite can be used for lubricating the machines. Flexible, comfortable movements of that machine is possible. Okay, so that is why one of the very important use of graphite is used in machines at high temperature to allow the smooth functioning. Fullerenes. So here, if you see fullerenes, S, it is again a big class of. It's not one compound. There are a lot of compounds which are given name as fullerenes. How they were obtained, as I told you, they were obtained by heating graphite. Graphite was heated in an electric arc in an inert atmosphere, and some components were obtained. When they were studied, it was found that there are a lot of different structures are possible. Like C70, C60, C up to 350. There is a carbon arrangement which is up to 350 carbons possible. But in that the major quantity was found was C60. C60, and that compound was given, that substance was given name as C60 Buckminster fullerene, जो हम नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल में देखने वाले हैं. बट देयर आर लॉट ऑफ fullerenes. C70 से लेकर के C60 से लेकर C350 तक बहुत सारे fullerenes होते हैं. In that, one of the member which we study, or the first member of this series, is C60, given name as Buckminster fullerene. The person who designed it, the person who designed the structure, was Buckminster Fuller, and the name was given behind that person. उसके नाम से रखा गया है इनका नाम. Buckminster Fuller was the person. Buckminster fullerene. This is the structure of C60, like a soccer ball. हमारा अगर फुटबॉल आप ले लोगे, उसको मॉनिटर करो, स्टडी करो, exactly same structure is of Buckminster fullerene. Same way. 6 rings, 5 ring structure. Okay. So this is Buckminster fullerene. It consists of 26 membered rings. So if you see, if you count a football also, you'll see 6 membered rings total कितने मिलेंगे? 20 मिलेंगे ऐसे वाले. And it consists of 12 5-membered rings. 5-membered rings will be only 12 in the whole structure. So this is 5-membered ring. ऐसे वाले 12 मिलेंगे. When you try to arrange 26 membered ring and 12 5-membered ring in circular format, you will get this structure automatically. 6-membered ring is able to fuse with 6 or 5. So this is a requirement. Okay, to get the structure, what is the requirement? There should be 26 membered ring. There should be 12 5-membered rings. 6-membered ring can fuse with 6 or 5. It is allowed. But a 5-membered ring can fuse only with 6-membered ring. 5-membered ring के आसपास अगर एक 5-membered ring है, उसके चारों तरफ 6-membered ring ही होना चाहिए. 6 member के आसपास 6 भी हो सकता है, 5 भी हो सकता है. ऐसा रूल है. ठीक है. So this rule has to be followed to get the structure. This is another. These 2 points are very important. It can be asked as your MCQs, or it can be asked in question. All carbon atom are sp2 hybridized, as we have been obtaining it from graphite. sp2 hybridized, same graphite के जैसे ही रहता है ये, सिर्फ structure अलग हो गया. Each carbon atom forms 3 sigma bonds as usual with 3 other carbon. It also has a lone pair of unpaired electron, and that pi bonding form करता है. Fullerenes भी conduct करता है electricity graph. Only thing is it is shiny like diamond, but otherwise, and it is not soft and slippery. It is not soft and slippery, and it is shiny like diamond. That is the only difference. Otherwise, graphite के जैसे ही properties हैं इसके. Remaining electrons at each carbon is delocalized, as I told you, in molecular orbital. And sometimes you may get aromatic characters because of its structure. That pi electron sometimes 6-membered ring आता है और ring form में है, तो कभी-कभी इसमें you can get what kind of characters? Aromatic characters. Aromatic characters means aromatic compounds having alternate double single bond. तो वो characters भी fullerene में observe किए गए हैं. So there are some of the uses of carbon, diamond, and graphite. You can write any of the uses if asked in exam. Use as fuel, manufacturing of coal gas, water gas, hydrogen chapter में आपने पढ़ा होगा water gas. A good reducing agent in metallurgy, very common use. Activated charcoal is used as activated charcoal and is used as catalyst. Activated charcoal and catalyst के form में carbon can be used. Diamond is used for cutting tools, making jewelries in tungsten filament. Graphite electrodes are there for conduction, and it is used in machines for working at high temperature. It is mixed with wax to make lead pencils. It is used in making moderators in nuclear reactors. This is some of the uses of carbon, graphite, and diamond. So here we finish with the chapter. You have any doubts regarding what we did? I have gone actually very fast today because most of the points were from your 10th standard. And exam point of view, these points are not very difficult. But still, if anyone has doubt, I will be showing you banana bond. If you remember, banana bond याद है आपको? I had see the structure. I'll just enlarge it. Are you able to see the structure? It is slightly blurred. Some of you have doubt regarding banana bond. Na? This structure will give you idea about banana bond. See a boron. Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you remember boron and chlorine, boron Cl वाला bond है, but यहाँ पे हमने hydrogen लिया. See if your hydrogen is present here. The picture may not look very clear, but I think you'll be able to see. यहाँ पे आप देखिए, these two electrons are shown. These two electrons are of boron, hydrogen, boron. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? This is a structure. ध्यान से देखिए. हाँ, boron है, hydrogen 1, 2 and 3, let us say BH3. तो हाइड्रोजन के पास तो एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन होता है जो बॉन्डिंग में इन्वॉल्व हो गया यहाँ पे, ठीक है. बट दैट सेम सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉन, ये बोरॉन और ये हाइड्रोजन जो इलेक्ट्रॉन यूज कर रहा था, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टोटल है, वही इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ भी यूज हो रहा है इस बोरॉन के पास. सो द स्ट्रक्चर इज एक्चुअली दिस वन. ये है, ये स्ट्रक्चर है. But hydrogen will also form bond with this boron without electron. Hydrogen does not have any electron like chlorine का lone pair. What hydrogen is doing? ये bond में जो electron present थे वही use किया जा रहा है यहाँ पे. This is said to be 3 center 2 electron bond, and hence it is counted as a single bond like this, and it is called as a banana bond because it is counted, assumed or counted as single bond because 2 electron है. 2 electrons means single bond. That is the rule. So, and then you have this boron, one hydrogen here, and this is another hydrogen of boron. ये वाले boron का ये structure है, and these 2 electrons are of this bond, but ये वाला bond भी यहाँ पे भी use हो रहा है उसको. And this is how BH3 forms an adduct, B2H6, where only 2 electrons are present, but 3 centers, 3 nucleus, 1 nucleus, 2 nucleus, and 3 nucleus is present. And hence again the bond becomes a banana bond. इसको एक bond count करने के लिए हम उसको banana bond बोल देते हैं, or it is also called as 3 center 2 electron structure, 2 electron bond, 3 center 2 electron. So banana bond is a 3 center 2 electron bond. That is what you need to remember. But if you talk about BCl3, AlCl3, they have chlorine. Chlorine has lone pair of electrons. So बहुत सारे electrons available है, वहां पे banana bond नहीं बनता है. Clear है?
हाँ मैम, क्लियर है.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So I think we will stop now. ठीक है, I have finished with P block. We'll be starting with carbon compounds, as I have already asked you to read the chapter. It will be better to read the chapter carbon compounds, some basic principles and technique. Okay, if anyone has doubt, please let me know. So thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.